Alrighty, game number 2 here between Mafia and Schnitzel. Well, the question is, will he be a cheese-covered schnitzel with tomato sauce and that kind of stuff, or is he just going to be a very standard schnitzel, just very pan-fried and all sorts of normal kind of stuff going on? We'll find out in just a moment. It is going to be a little bit of a nice. Alright, we'll talk about the map in a second. Let's just get straight into this. I'll flip the thing over and we'll go, whoop. There you go. We are on Antigua Shipyard, a map that I think should have been removed from tournament play and ladder play, like, before it was even introduced. Down at the bottom right-hand side, as our pink Protoss player, doing his best to fight against one of the best Zerg players in the region, if not perhaps the world. I'm just going to throw that out there. Tell me what you guys think. Is Mafia one of the best Zerg players out there? It is ToRSchnitzel. His opponent up to the top left-hand side. In the blue, of course, is our fantastic Mr. Blue Zerg Mafia for team immunity. Alright, so let's see. Bacon schnitzels. That is the greatest idea. I can't believe I have never thought of that. Oh my god, that is the smartest thing I've ever heard. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah. Anyway, so look, I think this map, this sort of this goes in a little bit of a curve as to which particular race sort of benefits from this map. I think that, as I said before when we were talking about Entomb Valley, I'm personally not a fan of big wall-offs like this. Like, it's kind of annoying to try and deal with. Like, I know it's a bit of an inevitability, but, you know, it's something I don't like to particularly deal with. But, you know, of course, you can still get your standard natural sort of expansion here, and obviously push up towards, whoops, that one, push up towards that third base there as well. You can then sort of wall this off in a couple of different ways. You can throw down a, people don't do this one anymore. Can someone explain why no one does this particular wall anymore? Like, I used to do this one all the time, but no one does it anymore. It's really weird. It still takes the same amount of gateways, but like you just need a cannon over here or something. Anyway, most people sort of will wall off at around about this position, or you know, you'll sort of utilize something that sort of goes like that. I don't know. But anyway, once you've got the third base as a Protoss player on this map, it sort of pulls you into a really strong position. Of course, because Zerg players loving to get their natural down as quick as possible, Schnitzel blocking Mafia's off, which is very nicely done by him. Does delay that for quite a while, and in fact goes for the gateway block as well. Does get it down, very nicely done. Unfortunately, with 4 links there, I think that means that he can just hack that down before it gets anywhere near done. But very cute. Puts an extra little bit of delay. He does need to make sure he cancels it. If he doesn't cancel, there you go. I was going to say, if he doesn't cancel, then that's actually a really bad way to play it. But does a good job, of course, Schnitzel being a very highly skilled Protoss player that he is. Anyway, as I was saying, 4th base can be a little bit difficult to secure. You've got this option just across here in the middle, but that's obviously very exposed to possible attacks that might come from this the top of the high ground here. So that's very difficult to take that base and say, all right, well, unless I'm already in a fantastic position, I'm you know, going to have a little bit of trouble getting that. You can then, of course, come across to this 4th over here as another option, and it does get a little bit, sometimes a little bit wary for a Zerg player to go along with something like that, but Mafia's not going to have any of that. Goes for a Bailey Nest extremely early. We've got that running up right now. He's picking up all of that gas. It looks as if he is going to go for a bust right at the start. As I mentioned, a very dangerous, well, not dangerous, sorry, it's not a dangerous way to wall off this map, but it's a little bit more exposed than normal. Pretty much any time you wall this off, you're going to have to use a pylon as part of the wall, which of course means that there is a very big weak spot that any Zerg player who's going to try and Bailey bust is going to say, well, there's bright red arrows pointing at this thing, and so I'm just going to bust it down. So as we can see, Mafia already bringing some lings down here. He's just going to make this quick. He was actually talking about in the chat for the Masters Cup that he is the one holding up the bracket because he plays so slowly. So he's changed things up this time. Is Schnitzel prepared? Surely he has seen this right now. He needs to get a wall up. He needs to get extra cannons up. But the Banelings, they're already here. They're not even going to be blocked. There's nothing to block them off, and the cannon is going to be able to shoot down quite a lot of these, and the cannon is now dead. Pylon is going to be next, and Schnitzel is GG. Well, that's one way to do it.